Na 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 na. I got one from Anthony Brian Logan. Go follow.
So 12 states have officially banned junk food and soda from SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about 12 states who have officially banned junk food, soda, etc. from SNAP benefits, aka food stamps. And before we get into what the states are and the particulars of this decision, I just want to say I've waited for this moment all my life. Listen, I have waited for this day right now to hear this all my life, because all my life I've seen some of the most ridiculous things in some of these carts. Can we go back to the cart from the thumbnail right quick? Can we go right back to it? I mean, look at this. Look at this. This right here is like a regular cart you would see in the Wally World, Target, a Food Line, Piggly Wiggly, whatever you got. A bunch of colorful boxes. I don't even consider these items to be food. These are food items. These are food stuffs, but ain't no real food. Real food to me is one ingredient stuff. Okay, you got a piece of chicken, a piece of fish. That is food. This right here, these are food stuffs. Colorful boxes and bags and highly processed stuff, sugar, fat, salt, and different configurations. This is not food, and really all of this shouldn't even really be eligible to be purchased with SNAP benefits, aka food stamps. Now, we got a few states. Let me go back to this view right here. So it says it's August 2025. We got a few states that have received a waiver. So Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and West by God, the best Virginia, West Virginia, my original home place. And a few more states, Arizona, Michigan, Montana, and Tennessee, want to join in on the fun. And I hope Tennessee does it, because now I'm in Tennessee and I see them carts all the time. I hope that they're able to get this passed, not because I have contempt for poor people. I'll talk about that a little bit more, a little bit later, but because I want to see these poor people do well. I want to see them be healthier. When the government provides them these carcinogenic, diabetes causing foods, that's not aiding in their well-being. That does not suit their best interests. If they want to buy those things on their own with their own money that they make from whatever they do, then that's fine. I have no problem. I don't think they should, but that's okay. But when it comes to the government, why would the government subsidize that and then also subsidize their health care when they get sick from the food they subsidize? Make it make sense. Now, before I go any further into it and get any more triggered, let's go ahead and get to an article and the video. This is going to be on Snap News. You see what it says, 12 states. They're going to restrict SNAP purchases to USDA waivers. Of course, I will link to this in the box if you want to see or hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
6 more U.S. states have officially adopted waivers from the United States Department of Agriculture, bringing the total to 12 states to place restrictions on what kinds of food people can buy using SNAP benefits. On Monday, USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins signed off on waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado.
SNAP is a supplemental nutrition program meant to provide health food benefits to low-income families to supplement their grocery budget so they can afford the nutritious food essential to health and well-being. That is the stated purpose of the SNAP program.
12 states total have now adopted USDA waivers with restrictions starting in 2026. The waivers stop SNAP benefits from being used to buy unhealthy items, such as things like soda and candy. Rollins says 20% of all SNAP dollars are spent on sugary drinks, prepackaged desserts, salty snacks, and sugary treats.
And I'm sure that 20% is just for that specific. I'm sure the rest of the 80% is not all like produce, straight up good food for you. I'm willing to bet that produce is probably going to be the minority of foods purchased under the SNAP program. And I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am.
She says the Trump administration asked state leaders to get involved and come up with creative ways to help solve health issues plaguing Americans.
One way is by not allowing taxpayer-funded benefits to be used to purchase unhealthy items like soda, candy, and other junk food. The number one purchase by SNAP recipients is sugary drinks.
Each state, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia.
Now let's pause. West Virginia. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm born in Charleston, West Virginia. All of my family on both sides is from West Virginia. I know the state very well. I live in Tennessee, and I'm in East Tennessee, which is Appalachia. You see this region right here I'm drawing? I've been in this region for a long time, except for when I was over there. So I know a lot about this region. And about West Virginia, you got a lot of very, 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 very poor people, poorer than what you can really imagine. And they don't have much to do. They're kind of out there, middle of nowhere sometimes, up in the holler areas far away. So the food for them becomes kind of like something to do. It becomes entertainment. It becomes fun. And they become hooked on it. They get so much money in these benefits, it's just readily available. Food is always there. And then they develop addictions to stuff like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is an epidemic. It's causing a lot of dental problems, a lot of diabetes, plus all the actual quote unquote foodstuffs aside from the drinks, combining it with the Mountain Dew and all of that. You're creating a health problem in the state to the point where you're almost at a 50% obesity rate in the state. Half of the state, 1 out of every 2 people, you're talking about obesity. How do you have such a problem in a place that's so poor? Normally, when you have poverty, you don't also have obesity. In the rest of the world, in the USA, it's not like that. Why? Because we fund our poor people and don't give them the education necessary to tell them how to really eat and how to treat their bodies and how to stay healthy without having to try to go on a crazy diet or something weird like that. But I digress.
We'll decide how exactly to enforce these new rules. In all 12 of the states that have waivers in place, people cannot purchase soda or sweetened drinks using their SNAP benefits. Some states, like Louisiana and Florida, have restrictions against using SNAP dollars for not just soda, but also energy drinks and candy. Other states, like Arkansas, won't allow SNAP dollars to purchase all the above. Plus, also fruit and veggie drinks with less than 50% natural juice. Prior to the waiver, SNAP recipients could buy anything except alcohol, tobacco, hot and prepared foods, and personal care products. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Keenan. If you want more on this story...
All right, so there you go. Shout out to them over at, what's that, Straight Arrow News. Shout out to Straight Arrow News. And shout out to RFK, Brooke Rollins, and everybody else making it possible, allowing these states to exclude certain things from SNAP benefits. And so go back to what I was saying earlier. Some are going to say, what about choice, ABL? Just because you're poor does not mean you should not be able to eat a candy bar. Like, don't do that guilt trip on me. I'm not saying that. If you're a poor person, you should be able to buy whatever you want to buy that's in the store. However, that does not entitle you to have that thing purchased for you with my money, with our money, with the taxpayer money. And it's not even about it's not even about having contempt for poor people. It's about, we want to do what's best for our citizenry. If someone is in need of our help, then we should help them in a genuine way, not in a way that just pacifies them, okay? You're in a bad space, you're poor, you're hungry, you need nutrition. We should be able to give you, for a time, nutrition, not just whatever you want. Nutrition is not a box of honey buns. Nutrition is not a whole case of Mountain Dew. That's not nutrition. That's actually going to send you to the hospital quicker. It'll make you obese. It'll make you miserable. And if we're here to help you, then how is that helping you? It doesn't make any sense at all to me, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about those 12 states getting the waiver that will allow them to ban certain foods from being purchased with SNAP benefits? And when I say food, I use that term very lightly, but whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. As I said from the beginning, I've been waiting for this day my whole life. My entire life, I am sick and tired of seeing these ridiculous carts with all kind of garbage all the time. Whenever I go in Wally World, right around EBT cart refresh time, the end of the month to about the 5th of the first month, the 31st to the 5th, I'm tired of your carts. I'm tired of the garbage. I've had enough. And it's not about having contempt for the poors or whatever you want to say or anybody else. It's about, I want to see Americans get healthy again. I don't want to see someone 25 years old and the scooter in Walmart, the scooter is screaming because you weigh too much. I don't want to see that anymore, because I'm thinking, okay, you're this young in that condition. How are you going to get to be older? I want to see you live and have a prosperous life, not suffer because of your poor healthcare decisions that have been sponsored by the federal government. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Alright guys, go follow.